I never planted anything into the ground until I was in my 30s. The Viking year was separated into two parts, summer and winter. The last month of winter would be our March. Ostara was a holiday that the Vikings celebrated at the end of March at the vernal equinox. It was a time of hope, fertility, and awakening. It was the end of winter.
Istra or Ostra.
Essentially, the story is that Ostara, an ancient Germanic goddess of the spring, transformed a bird into a hare, and the hare responded by laying colored eggs for her festival. Some say that this story is very old indeed. During these, what we call holidays, the Vikings had what they call blot or bloat sacrifices.
Blood.
They also had cult buildings and sacrificial areas, and they would call them the magnates' residence. And the magnates were in charge of these celebrations that happened on these religious festivals. At the Great Bloat celebrations, the local magnate where they were having the festival would function as a gode, a pagan priest. After Christianity came to the Viking world, this power was transferred to the church, and the bloat feasts lost their significance and weren't practiced as much, if at all. Many different animals were sacrificed, but especially horses. Then the blood from the animals was collected in bowls, and they threw the blood on altars, walls, and on the participants. The meat was cooked and eaten by all in attendance. It was boiled in cauldrons that hung over a fire in the middle of the hall. And the magnate, who was functioning as the pagan priest, then blessed the meat in the cups. It's said that humans, but most especially animals, were also hung from the trees in the holy groves in the areas. The Christian missionary accounts told that the Vikings sacrificed to statues which stood out in natural surroundings. They would create statues from the trees, from the rocks, and it's believed that there were 4 of these bloat sacrifices a year: winter solstice, spring equinox, which is what we're talking about here, the summer solstice, and autumn equinox. I'm very drawn to the homesteading and off-the-grid life videos and the people that have so much knowledge, and they know so many things that someone like me, who grew up in the suburbs outside a city, does not know. I knew how to take subways and do all those sorts of things, but it wasn't it never felt normal. And one day I was going down the escalator to the metro, and I said, I don't want to do this anymore. But at that time, at that day, which I still remember, I even remember what I was wearing, a stupid skirt and a jacket that I had to wear all the time. I just remember feeling, this is not what I want to do. Now, it took a while for me to actually make the break and do something different, and maybe just by planting one tree, I broke the spell, and I got out of the city. In our current world, we kind of dismiss the spring. We don't see it as what it is. It's a chance to start new, to start fresh, to be reborn. All you have to do is plant one seed.